Now, we have said many times that growth has been slowing down for a long time in Europe, but we've ignored it. I would say until 2 years ago, we would never have such a conversation as the one we're having today, because things were sort of going well. We were doing well out of globalization. Unemployment was steadily falling. But now we cannot ignore it any longer. Now conditions have changed. World trade is slowing. China is actually slowing very much, but it's become much less open to us, and actually it's competing with us in global markets on all accounts. We've lost our main supplier of cheap energy, Russia, and now we have to start for our defense again for the first time since the Second World War. At the same time, this is the first year when Europe cannot count on population growth for its increase. And population is set to decline steadily, so much that by 2040, there will be 2 million workers disappearing from the labor market every year. So now more than ever, we have to lean on productivity, but productivity is weak, it's very weak. So if we were to maintain our current average productivity of the last 10 years, say, it would only be enough to keep GDP constant until 2050. And here I come to the very first driving line of their support. Namely, we want to aim at closing the innovation gap with the United States. Innovation is the first pillar of the report. Europe is nowadays stuck in a static industrial structure, populated by mid-technology companies, which are already mature. The leading firms in research and investment spending are the same ones we had 20 years ago. Autos, cars. In the United States, it used to be the same. Autos and pharma 20 years ago, but now it's all digital at the top. The problem is not that we lack smart people, and we don't lack certainly good ideas, but there are too many barriers to commercializing innovations and scaling them up in the European Union. Just let me give you one number. Since 2008, close to 30% of the so-called unicorns, namely companies that will go to be valued more than 1 billion euros, unicorns that had started in the European Union have left, and the majority of them went to the United States. So 30% of our most successful innovators have moved. And this has to change. Europe must become a place where innovation flourishes, especially for digital tech. And a weak tech sector, we should be aware of that, will not only rob us of the growth opportunities of the coming AI revolution, will also hinder innovation in our traditional sectors, so that will hamper their competitiveness. For the first time since the Cold War, we must genuinely fear for our self-preservation. And the reason for a unified response had never been so compelling.